Hey, good morning everybody. This is Ed over at Team Aquascape. I am over in St. Charles, Illinois. This is our headquarters. You can see our big warehouse over behind me, and I am here meeting all the guys. We're heading out on a bunch of different projects together. So I want to show you a little bit of the behind the scenes action of what actually happens on a daily basis before we actually get to a job site. So a lot of people don't realize there's a heck of a lot of work that goes into place before we arrive on the job site. Let me take you on a little quick walk through here before we head out for the day. So here are the guys. There's Tim, there's Nick, there's Roy, getting all the stuff together for the morning. Over here, getting a bunch of stone in place. We got big stone slabs going in. We also have some little cobblestones and that type of stuff. Over on this side, guys are loading up a bunch of plywood. That's because we got to do a lot of protection on the driveway area. See, we got our trailers, we got bins of stone, we got extra materials and all that stuff back here. Again, it's a lot of activity every morning. It's early, sun's not quite up yet. So we have maintenance teams going out, they're doing fall shutdowns, and we're busy trying to wrap up a bunch of different projects. Alright, so here's our first stop. We are doing a little bit of a renovation here. So on an existing pond, actually this pond was just put in about a month or so ago, and now we're just moving the waterfall back a little bit. So what Tim is doing over here is he is cleaning off that faceplate area. We have all the old silicone and all that stuff. So the waterfall, the entire biofalls was dug up, pushed back, and now we're just cleaning that up so we can get a good seal. So the key to this is to clean that junk up, get all that old stuff off, clean it up really nice, and then we'll get a good bond between the rubber lining and the that faceplate there. So have that done here in a few minutes. We'll seal that up, and then we can start doing our stonework. So what Tim's doing right now is just drying everything off. You can just see from the condensation from sitting overnight, we have a lot of moisture on the liner, which is probably one of the worst things you could have, because it will not allow the silicone to bond properly. So we want to make sure that that's nice, it's clean, it's dry. Sometimes we'll even take a heat gun to dry that off a little bit more quickly. So a nice solid bead of silicone going directly over the screw holes. So what that will do is when you thread the screw in, it'll seal itself up around the threads of the biofalls itself. So it actually acts as a little bit of a lubricant, which allows that to go in a little bit more smoothly, and then it creates a good watertight seal. We did the corners first, then go to the middle. That's going to solidify that that edge. Again, this is polypropylene, so we just want to lock everything in place. Once you get those corners done and that middle section, everything else just goes right into place. So we're just kind of snugging them up real quick with the screwdriver. Then we will hit them with the little ratchet, and we'll tighten those things up, and then we are ready to start building our waterfall. All right, Brian, tell us your thoughts over here with this waterfall.
I'll have to start with, I like your new camera.
Right? Me too.
You know, so we built this pond like maybe a month and a half ago. Actually a really nice waterfall. Just kind of changing it up a little bit, giving it a little bit more twist and turn. The original waterfall had kind of a taller rock standing here, and it split, and the rock might have been a little too tall in this space. More importantly, it was kind of blocking the view of this waterfall sitting behind it. And so we got a nice drop here, and then it split. And so what I'm going to do is kind of block this off, create a little plant pocket here, really getting that water to kind of twist and turn. They want way more of a stream type look than a crash. Biofall before sat right here, and it was really choked down, so it was just kind of a quick drop, and there was nothing wrong with it. It actually looked nice, but they're just looking for a little bit more stream action. You've got some rocks and stuff placed up in here, and it looks like water's gonna twist, kind of come around this way, just giving a lot more action in really a pretty small space. Not a big ordeal. We popped the biofalls out, rerouted some plumbing. It took, probably 40 minutes to get the biofalls out of there, re-dig the hole, set up the new plumbing, and now we're just kind of buttoning up the rest of this. So I'm guessing another hour we'll have this thing all finished.
All right, so here's this waterfall. The biofalls is facing at one direction. We're really trying to get that water coming in different directions to create a big sweep over in here. Even though it's a condensed area, what we want to try to do is get that water to really twist hard and then make its way back that way. So really accentuate that. That's going to create a little planting pocket right up here behind Brian, and then you can get some interesting plant material over here, which will disguise the origin of the water. We're trying to wrap up waterfall. Tim's cleaning out biofalls, just getting all the old sediment and stuff out. Brian is positioning some of the plant material over here with Sue, the homeowner. Got a really cool, interesting pine over here. We're trying to get leaning over that waterfall. And now we're just kind of doing some detail work up in here on that waterfall. Right up over here is gonna be a little notch right in here. Water's gonna kind of come down through that. It's gonna pool up on that angled rock. We're gonna have water coming over that flat stone. All this water is gonna kind of pool up right here, and then it's gonna kind of blast through that little notch, and then it's gonna widen up and split all over the place. So what we're trying to do here is just have a lot of cool little interesting details, which is the fun part. So just love the way this moss rock kind of comes together. You can see some of the foam kind of bubbling up between some of the stuff, so we got to work on hiding all those edges. Check it out, we have flowing water. Looks awesome. Just look at all the little details. Lots of little cascades, falls. We have this big wide one over here, and then up on top, just above that, look at that little notch right in between. All that water's blasting through there. And then from the very, very top, completely different view. Hop over to here. I love this deep pooling area. And then we have that little split that I was talking about. So a little bit of water coming off on the one side, all that water cascading down and through in between. Creates a lot of that twisting and turning, what we were trying to do in a relatively tight area. Got a piece of driftwood up there on the top as well. A little bit of a stump, dropped in that beautiful weeping pine. And it's all those little details really make a big difference, but I love the way this turned out. All right, we just wrapped up the project. Sue, you were telling me earlier about your mom's pond, which actually Brian, Greg, and I built 24 years ago, which was actually the inspiration for this current pond.
Yeah, I was reminding you how 20-something years ago, Greg and the crew came out when he was just working out of his pickup truck and put my mom's pond in, and she always enjoyed it. We always enjoyed going there and seeing it, watching her fish and playing with the plants. And
yeah, that's awesome.
now, given the opportunity, I really wanted to put one in once the pool was gone, and I'm thrilled to have Aquascape put this in and recreate my pond.
Awesome.
I'm sure
that's
that pond
great.
23 years ago, all right, but nothing compared to this.
No, this is spectacular. So what do you think of the stream, Sue?
It's absolutely fabulous and
Yeah.
just what I wanted.
It's cool because it's not that it's really better than the other one, it's just different, right? And it's
Right.
way more their style. And so when you come in from the side yard now, you're greeted by this waterfall, and you have no idea that there's these three other little waterfalls that come down in the other direction. And that's so much of what we like to do, is just create a little bit of mystery, and so now you're forced to kind of move around the whole project.
Exactly. We'll take a quick view of everything here. So yeah, look at that. Completely different views from all different sides.
It's awesome too, and what might be even fun for customers later, Ed, look at how much different this looks than what it did before. And this rock, that rock, this rock, none of these change.
Wow.
All of these are the exact same rocks in the exact same position. You can't even kind of comprehend how much different it looks, right?
I agree.
Not even kind of the same. And so really just by pushing that biofall, the biofalls used to sit right here, right, and just drop straight down. By pushing that biofalls back less than 4 feet, it completely changes the way this whole thing looks. And we really only brought in maybe another 1.5 tons of stone.
Yeah.
Most of it went into a retaining wall.
Retaining wall. It's awesome. I love the sound of it. The twists, the turns, everything really came out great. And I love the positioning of that tree that you placed right there.
Yeah, that's my favorite part.
Yeah, makes a big difference.
We should put some security cameras on it so I don't take it.